Hello everyone, welcome to this week's video announcements, the very first video announcements of 2020. I have a lot to tell you about today, so I'm going to jump right in. First, tonight is the first of a two-part series that Sadie and I are doing. They're going to be online workshops on worshiping with kids. So this first one tonight is at 8 p.m. You can join in via Zoom from the comfort of your home. The Zoom link information went out in this week's newsletter. It's also in the Facebook event that I will post a link to below. And tonight is geared towards families who come with kids to worship. So if you come with your kids to worship, kids of any age, join us tonight and we'll talk about ways you can be successful as a parent in worship, ways it can be meaningful for your family. And we'll answer your questions, share some stories, share some tips. I think it'll be a really wonderful conversation. So join us at 8 tonight. That's January 6th, Monday, January 6th. And next week, Tuesday, January 14th at 6 p.m., we're going to have the second part in this series about being an ally to families in worship. So if you are someone who wants to support our families with kids in worship, come on out next week on January 14th. Tuesday at 6 p.m. And I will post a link to that event below, and we'll send out the Zoom info for that later this week. Our stewardship team is doing a deconstructed auction this spring, and we're starting out with re-gifting baskets here in January. So we're inviting you to bring in gift or re-gift items or gift cards. If you got something this holiday that wasn't your style, or you purchased a gift and forgot to give it to anyone, if you have some new or very, very gently used items that you want to donate, the stewardship team will arrange those items into some themed baskets that will be raffled off. You can drop off items until January 15th to the church office or room 6. The winner of each basket will be drawn on Sunday, February 2nd during fellowship hour, and we'll be selling tickets the 2 Sundays before that. Tickets will be $1 each or 12 for $10. So bring in your re-gifted items, and we will create them into some beautiful baskets, and you can bid on them. You can put your ticket in for the raffle. It should be fun. This Sunday is a full day, so I hope I will see you at something. We have a service on living with integrity as a Unitarian Universalist even when you're not at church. That's our service this Sunday. I will be leading that. It is a chapel day for kids. Ben and Sadie are doing chapel together this month, so that should be wonderful for our kids. I'm sure they'll do something great. After the service we've got 3 different events going on. So Exploring Membership is happening at 11:30. That's with me, and it is an opportunity to learn more about being a member at UU Nashua, to think about how UU Nashua can fit into your spiritual journey, and to go a little deeper into what this congregation is all about. And it is the one requirement we have for folks who want to become members of the congregation. That's from 11:30 to 1 p.m. It'll be in the fellowship room. Our UU parenting group is also meeting again after the service this Sunday. That's 11:30 to 12:30 in one of the classrooms. And our Men and Masculinities group is meeting 11:45 to 12:45 in the chapel. And during all of that, there will be childcare available. So if you want to go to Exploring Membership, UU Parenting, or Men and Masculinities, we will have childcare available during all of those. Later that afternoon, we're going to have a fun event, a church skating party at Conway Arena. So we're going to go together from 2:30 to 4:30, which is their open skate time. Admission is $5 with skate rentals for $4. And look for Pat Ledoux. She's organizing. So when you get to Conway Arena, look for Pat and go have some fun ice skating time. There is the last thing happening this Sunday is a UU the Vote launch watch party, which is happening here at the church at 4 p.m. UU the Vote is the kind of voter turnout campaign that the UUA is sponsoring nationwide and trying to get folks to participate in at a local level for the 2020 elections, trying to get people out to vote. We know that's so important, and the 2020 elections are starting very soon here in New Hampshire with the primaries coming up. So that launch watch party, you're going to be watching the webinar launch. Our UUA president will be talking for sure. It's at 4 p.m. here at UU Nashua over in the parish house. Next week, on Monday, our drop-in grief group is meeting at 7 p.m. That's led by Karen Campbell, one of our pastoral care associates. That's for anyone who is experiencing grief of any kind. You don't have to have come before. You don't have to plan to come again. You can just come as you are, and Karen will facilitate a conversation around grief. Next Tuesday, January 14th, is our next UU History Movie Night. That's led by Kevin Ross Emery. He is showing one of a series of UU History movies each month and then leading some discussion afterwards. That's at 7 p.m. over in the youth room next Tuesday, January 14th. Thank you to all of you, to the 74 of you who filled out that survey that I sent out last month. I would love to get that number over 100. I would love to have at least 100 of you respond. So if you have not filled out that survey yet, I have extended the deadline till this Sunday, January 12th, but do it today so you don't forget. I'll put the link in the comments where you can do that. I would love to hear from you, so thank you so much for doing that. And the Building Our Vision team is holding some deep listening meetings. The Building Our Vision team is a group of 8 folks who are going to be engaging with you in conversation about our building and our vision for our building in the future. And they are looking to talk with you over the next couple of months, mostly end of January and throughout February. We're using our new mission and values, our long-range planning inputs, and our recent Next Steps weekend to construct a vision and roadmap for our church's facility and campus. So there are going to be 5 conversations, each one focused on a different aspect of our programming. Each conversation will be a deep listening session. After the team briefly presents the ideas we've gathered, we'll focus on hearing your input and feedback. There are 5 meetings, as I said. The first one is focused on faith formation, Sunday, January 26th at 11:30. The second one is on music and worship, Saturday, February 1st at 9:30. The third one is social justice, Monday, February 3rd at 7 p.m. The fourth one is Thursday, February 13th at 7 p.m., and it'll be Pastoral Care Fellowship and Membership. And then the last one, Sunday, February 16th at 11:30 a.m., will be kind of general, so not focused on a particular program, or it'll be a snow date for one of those other ones, depending on what happens. And on the 2 Sunday dates, we will have childcare provided. All those dates are in the newsletter, so you can look for that in your newsletter last week. It'll be in the newsletter again this week. And as the dates approach, we'll send out some more details, but we wanted to get those on your radar, and we're hoping to talk to as many people as possible, so please try to make it to one or more of those meetings. That's what I've got for this week. If you've got anything you want me to include next week, send it before 9 a.m. on Monday morning, and we'll make sure to get it in. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope I'll see you on Sunday.